there's a job right now that you hate, that you don't love, or you're at school, like, you just do the best be the best you can at that job, okay? Like, be the best you can at that job, because you're gonna learn skills from it, and you're gonna learn discipline. New York. Oh yes, I'm here in New York, and I'm currently in my bedroom, not in my bedroom, in a hotel, to film these questions that you guys have been asking me. So thanks for everything on Facebook and Instagram. If you're not already following, check it out. It's Rebecca-Louise Fitness. We only take nice comments, so if you've got something nasty to say, which I love our community because everybody is so nice. Occasionally you get like the odd duck that just wants to say something negative, but I welcome you guys to come on over to our community and have so much fun. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We have got so many new workouts coming. Okay, like we're gonna absolutely inundate this channel with like loads of workouts. So Mondays, there's always a new workout, and you can get a full workout on my app called Burn, which has got new features, new gaming features that are gonna be live like within 24 hours of you watching this, maybe like 48 hours, maybe 3 days. Let's just be safe. Technology is crazy. On Wednesdays, you're gonna get like motivation, you're gonna get fired up, or this week it's a Q&A. So I'm gonna fire you up with my Q&A. And then on Fridays, we're gonna do like fitness challenges, like healthy eating stuff, like all the things, right? So whatever you do, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Send me a message or comment down here and tell me like where you're from, who you are, like what you're fired up about in life right now. And of course, if you've got any more questions for me. So I'm gonna get started. I'm also recording this as a podcast, so I'm actually trying to do 2 things at the same time, different intros for each thing. I'm just glad that I can multitask. I'm very good at multitasking. Okay, so right, we're gonna make this go here, and then we're gonna record again. Okay, cool. So let's go through these questions. First of all, the first person to always comment on everything is my mum. She said, tea and crumpets, love it. Because what I posted was, this is a tea and crumpets catch up session. See, isn't that funny? A catch up chat, sorry. This is it's such a tongue twister, I can't even get it. So it is a tea and crumpets catch up chat on the It Takes Grit podcast. So if you're not already following It Takes Grit podcast on Instagram, what are you doing? You're not even living. Go ahead and do it. Okay, so this isn't a question, but someone said, love you, Rebecca, been a follower for a couple of years now. So sweet. Those of you who are with me from Exit, I love you guys so hard, like so hard that you have supported me all this way. And if you are also still watching the Exit videos, then I'm going to tell you very bluntly to stop doing that. Yes, I know they're your favorite, but we have repeated every single video on our own channel now, so you don't have to follow them anymore, you don't need to watch their stuff, and you need to drive everybody who watch Exit and doesn't know about this channel. Okay, so that's just a little bit of feedback for you guys, right? Okay, this is one of the first questions, and I love this. It says, would you still do what you do if you didn't make money from it? And I think what this person is asking is, would I still do fitness and would I still help people? So yes, the bottom line is 100% yes. I grew up playing sports. I was a South of England field hockey player. I was sports captain at school. I mean, every single sport that you can imagine, I did. So for me, like this fitness thing and just being healthy and active is definitely embedded in my soul. The other thing I love doing is helping people. Like I get off and I get like excited and adrenaline when somebody asks for my help and I have the answer. Like it makes me, it's almost like a selfish thing, I guess, because I'm like, wow, that makes me feel good because I can help somebody else. And when I first started this, by the way, on Exit, I was making $40 per episode. So on the other YouTube channel that I was on, that's why I'm telling you, don't keep watching the channel, I made $40 per episode. And the reason is I don't want you to watch those videos is because our community is here and this is what's active and this is what's gonna be able to help people get those results. Exit is just kind of like stopped. They don't reply to your comments, nothing. This is why I like to have a relationship with you guys. So Exit paid me $40 per episode. I was so excited just to get have something to do with fitness and in front of the camera, and I just loved what I was doing, that honestly I would have done it for free. And I'm so grateful for that channel for giving me the belief and putting me on a platform where I really excelled and realized that my one big talent in life was talking and working out at the same time. I've developed a very special technique, which I can go into later on a different training, right? So I would 100% do this even if I wasn't getting paid for it, because I've done it before. What the most amazing thing is that when you find your passion and you find what drives you, you can create that into, well, whatever you want it to be. And I'm so thankful that people love the workout and they kept giving me more things. Hey, you need to make this video, make this video, make this workout. That I was able to get more creative, and that's when that app came out. And honestly, I put all of my money back into like my fitness app. Like literally everything goes back into building this and building better features. So now on the app, you're gonna be able to do like your daily tasks, like complete the workout. You're gonna be able to complete the calendar, but you're also gonna be able to take pictures of your food. You're gonna be able to take progress photos. You can share them to social media, and that's actually gonna get you points. And those points you can actually spend in the Burn store and get things like leggings, workout apparel, the resistance bands, all of those amazing things. So that to me like gets me so excited to like talk about, because I'm like, I wanted to create something that was really fun. And so all of my money that I make, honestly, like it literally goes straight back into my business. Like everything goes back into my brand, because I have this vision and idea of how I want to create a fitness app that helps people get healthy and rewards them and makes them feel like connected and part of a community and staying on track. Okay, so that was like a long-winded question, but the answer, but yes, I would 100% do this. I help people on a regular basis, like helping with a question that they have. I'm there to support. Okay. Tips on how to practice intuitive eating to get away from calorie counting, to get away from a little obsessive behavior. Right, okay, I get this because I used to count calories all the time and it doesn't really do anything. Let me get some props. Right, okay, so how I think of it is like, this is a can of Coke and this is some tofu, right? This is a Coke Zero. So if I'm counting calories, I'm gonna take the Coke Zero. But what's better for me, the piece of protein or the Coke Zero? The piece of protein. So what I did was, instead of counting calories, I actually just started to count protein. One, it's a much smaller number. I have around 100 to 110 grams of protein per day. I break it up, 24 grams of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then like 10 to 15 grams of protein snacks in between. We all have this, you know, customized on my nutrition plan. That's where you get a one-on-one coach, because everybody has a different unique protein number depending on what they look like right now, what results they want, and what their height and weight is. So we like to really help people like one-on-one. So I really did get kind of obsessed with the whole calorie thing when I was about 17 years old, and that's when I got down to like 86 pounds. And so getting out of that mindset of like constantly counting, I love numbers, like don't get me wrong, but I like numbers when we're talking about like growth and statistics and all that fun stuff, not when it comes to food. I want to enjoy my food. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay. So many of you are just saying nice stuff. I could probably just make a video saying like, oh, this is just a great video with a, oh, this is funny. Are you afraid to get pregnant because you will not have a flat stomach? No, I am not. I've never even thought about that. I'm really excited. Well, you know what? I never grew up going, I really want to have children. Like, I've never thought like, oh, I just can't wait for the day that I'm gonna be a mom. I always honestly like grew up thinking that I would like adopt a child, just because I feel like there's so many kids out there that need a home, and I feel like I could fill that void. So I've never really even thought about like having not a flat stomach. And plus the other thing is, just because you have a baby doesn't mean to say that you can't have a flat stomach afterwards. I've seen some killer mums. And honestly, being healthy and having a child, I'm sure that when you're a parent is more, I mean, I would literally have a like not so ripped stomach and still have Alfie, rather than having a ripped stomach and not having Alfie. So Alfie's my dog. Also Penny as well, I guess she can throw in there, but Alfie I've had for like 10 years, so I feel like he's my firstborn. Okay. Okay, sometimes I feel like my goals and dreams are so big and have so many moving parts, I wouldn't have it any other way, go big or go home. But some days I just feel overwhelmed and completely consumed. What's your advice for us to go-getters to not get swallowed up by the big goals? Ha! cool, I like this one. So I always tell people, because when my team members come to me or someone who I'm working with, they're like, I feel so overwhelmed. I'm like, yay, this is great. This is so great. And they're like, what? Like, why? I'm like, yeah, this means stuff is happening. This means things are going. And you are gonna feel at some point when you've got these huge goals and you're working super hard that you're like, oh my God, I'm like drowning, I'm drowning. And that's when I tell people, yeah, like you're onto something, you're onto something. And there are gonna be times where it slows down a little bit, like totally. But there are gonna be times, and I want you to prepare you for this, where you're gonna think like, oh my God, like it's gonna hit the fan. Like, I don't even know if I can do this. But what that's doing is that is the universe teaching you to level up. Because if you can deal with something that right now is really overwhelming to you, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna pass that test and you're gonna get dealt something even bigger. And you're gonna be able to deal with what it was before super easily. Okay, does that make sense? So you just have to pass the test of what's overwhelming you, because it just means that something even bigger is coming for you, and it's preparing you to be able to deal with that next big situation. So right now my head is spinning all over the place because I'm in New York. I am trying to finish editing this 5-day Better You program that's coming out on the app as well. I'm also having the new features of the app that are coming out, and we've been testing it all day. I've also been in training this morning to write a book. I have an interview, I have a meeting tomorrow with a new agent, and then I'm also working on doing all the webinar stuff for my coaching program. And I'm flying out to New York in the middle of all this. And there's so much other stuff going on with the clothing line and like the resistance bands, and we've got yoga mats arriving, and like, where are we gonna even put our yoga mats? So I get it, like, I was like, New York right now, when my app's coming out? Okay, I'm just gonna go with it, because I know that the opportunities, you know, you just have to take them. You have to say yes. And I really feel like some people take it so lightly when they get an opportunity at hand, and they don't maximize it. They don't realize who they're working with. They don't realize like what's at stake if they say no. And so for me, like, it's the fear of like missing out. It's the fear of loss. I'm like, hell no, I'm gonna do everything. So I just feel like you just have to go with it. Okay, so what do I do when I'm sick? Okay, so recently I can feel it with my body too. Like when I work out super hard and I'm working really hard, my body is just like, just goes into like shutdown mode, and I'm like, I just need to like breathe. So you do have to listen to your body, and if you are feeling sick, like pushing it and like doing like heavy weights and like sweating cardio, I don't feel like that is necessarily what your body needs. It typically needs rest. Someone said she changed my life and body since 2015. Thank you, girl. I love all your photos. Okay, perfect. Let's see who else has got questions here. Oh, you're just putting lovely things. Okay, you're a great motivator. So I'm studying at university, but I'm lazy, and I know that I write a bachelor time this. I normally sit behind the TV and watch Netflix or play games. How can I kick myself into doing something useful? Right. So when you're feeling lazy or unmotivated, it just means that, I believe, it just means that you haven't found your passion or your purpose. Because if you don't know what your purpose is and you don't have a passion that fires you up, why on earth would you do anything? Like, we're not like you lazy. I really can't stand that word. Honestly, like, it grosses me out. I do not like the word lazy. And I understand that some people feel like so unmotivated, and they're like, I don't even know like how you do this and how you stick to it. My why is so huge. I put myself out there so much that this is the only option. So it kind of goes back to, you know, would I still do this if I wasn't making money? Like, yes. But I'm now in a position where like I have to keep going. Like, I don't have a plan B. Like, I don't want a plan B. This is my plan. And you know, my plan A, whatever it is it's going to take me, and there's going to be other opportunities and fun things that happen, and I'm going to be able to make that decision with what I want. But I've never been lazy. You know, even if there's a job right now that you hate, that you don't love, or you're at school, like, you just do the best be the best you can at that job. okay? Like, be the best you can at that job, because you're gonna learn skills from it and you're gonna learn discipline. So if you're lazy at something right now, when you really want to do something that like excites you, you won't have the discipline. Like, I've worked in a paper merchant, I have worked in a bank, I have done like so many like random different jobs, and like none of them that I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to go into work on Monday. But I really tried because I wanted to maximize and learn as many skills as possible. So I think that's really important. Like, lazy is just like just a gross word for me. And you just have to find your passion and your purpose. It might not be what you're doing on a day-to-day job right now, but you have to have a side hustle. You have to do something on the side. And that's totally normal. Have you ever thought you were so popular and feeling so confident with yourself? Ha! This is hilarious, right? If you met me in real life, you'd be like, wow, she really isn't that cool. Actually, you'd think two things. Wow, she's way shorter than I thought she was. And number two, she's really not that cool. I do not even like look at Instagram or YouTube or any of these things. Like, when people come up to me and they're like, oh, like, I love your videos, whatever, that I want to have a conversation with you. I heard someone the other day and it kind of grossed me out. And they were like, I only have time for like 30 minutes of selfies, so make sure that you have your cameras ready, and you know, because I've just poured my heart out and I'm not ready. I can't be here like all day to like take your selfie, so you get one shot at it. And I just thought, F you. I thought that was like, that's not me, and I will never be like that. I have done fit camps in 15 different countries around the world, and at the end of the fit camp, I stay, and they're free. I stay as long as the last person wants to take a photo or they want to have a chat with me. Like, I really don't think that I love connecting with you guys. Like, I love talking to you. So I don't feel like I'm in this position where I could say something like that. One, that would make me feel super icky and uncomfortable. And I really do just feel like everybody else. Like, I don't feel like, oh, I'm like so popular. Probably because I was not popular at all at school, so I probably just still think the same. I'm like, well, I was like, me and my best friend, we would like sit like maybe like 6 feet away from the popular crowd, and we'd be like, yeah, pretty much in this the popular group here. We were not. We definitely weren't. We got invited out to a few parties sometimes, but we were never really in the core circle. So that didn't happen. Okay, cool. So no, I don't even think that I'm popular whatsoever. Right, let's see what else we've got. Okay, because I know there was some other questions on like Facebook, so let me just like log on here. Facebook, for sometimes, is anybody else, it's really slow and just comes up weird stuff when you try and search. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I'm just bringing this up. It's actually a beautiful day right now in New York, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go out and have a little wander, maybe meet some friends. It's actually sunny here. Okay, I would ask how you handle what you do to get yourself through and over a bad day. Everyone has bad days. They're depressed or feeling down. Maybe they overeat. Maybe they just have fallen off their exercise program. Maybe it's stress because of relationships, children, or work. Maybe they've suffered some sort of loss. Life happens. So how do you really deal with, get beyond, and recover from one of those days or a few of those days in a row? I have a choice. I have a choice about how long I dwell in something. And I know that if I dwell for too long, it's actually worse on me. So I can sit and be sad about things and dwell on it and get emotional. One, it's not helping me recover. I'm definitely saying you can go to that area for a little bit. If you didn't watch the podcast about leveling up, I highly suggest doing that, because that's going to talk more about going into and tapping into that area to allow you to grieve and to have that time. But I found like the quicker I snap out of it, the happier that I feel. And I always go, oh, I'm just so grateful. I have to come from a place of being, oh my goodness, I'm just so grateful that I have this and this is going well. And I feel like I just have a responsibility as a human being to pick myself up and get on with it. Like, I really just feel like so many people rely on me, so many people count on me, that I don't have time to dwell or like to be sad about stuff and like to dwell on things that don't in the big picture don't really matter. So I've lost it sometimes, especially when I'm like working with developers and my website's down. I'm like snot crying, like inhale, like this, like just like so emotional. Like I've just like, I'll throw my phone on the bed, but then I'm like, oh my God, did I break it? Because I can't really do that. Like I need my phone. And so there are times where I've like lost myself. I've like scratched myself and got like super mad. And then I'm like, okay, like just freaking get out of it. Like you need to just calm down and take a second. So yeah, that's kind of my advice there. I think this is a question. Can you please give me a discount on your Bali wellness retreat? Yes, there's actually an early bird price up right now. So if you head on over to the retreat section on the website, you can go and get your spot. It's in September. We've only got like 5 spots left, so I highly recommend going on and jumping on that. What is your goal in the next 5 or 10 years? You've achieved a lot of amazing goals. Thank you. Next 5 or 10 years, I want to create a place where I can help more individuals create whatever the life, or maybe they've got a product, or maybe that there's something that they want to achieve. Like I want to help other people do that. So I've done a lot of self-teaching stuff, like Googled stuff like all day long. And so I've Googled a bunch of things on how I built my business. And it's not just a coaching program. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are coaches and they're teaching other people how to build businesses, and they're teaching other people like personal development, and I don't even know what product they've made. So I have literally created a business, and which started off with like YouTube, and then like created an app, and then I've created merchandise out of that. So there's actual something like tangible. So I really want to go to a place where I get to work with female entrepreneurs who like have an idea but just need help with the structure, because I'm the nerd like that. Like I love all the structure. So next 5 to 10 years would be helping, I don't know, 100 women, you know, live the life that they want to and really just blossom them as a brand. And I love like helping people with the structure, like super nerdy over that. So yeah, that's where I kind of see my business stuff. Personally, I don't even know. I want to do more things on, I want to write this book, I want to go on Dancing with the Stars or Strictly Come Dancing, the UK version. That's always been my goal, one of my goals. So maybe that's in the next 5 years. Do you ever do fitness events in LA? Yes, we actually, that's crazy. I'm literally emailing somebody right now about organizing a fitness event in June of 2019. So yes, be on the lookout for that. How long does it take you in the morning to look so perfect every day? Oh, this is so funny because if you looked at me in the morning, I look like I've been through a hedge backwards, and it's not a very good look. But you know what? My dogs still love me, so that's the most important thing. So how long does it take me to get ready? I feel like, so now I've got these hair extensions in, which I absolutely love. Okay, I do absolutely love these hair extensions, but it obviously takes a little bit longer to wash my hair and dry everything, so that just takes me a little bit longer. But I like to get up, I have my tea, I have my shake, I listen to some personal development. I don't like listening to music in the morning. I need something a little bit more calming, so I will have my, there's an app called Calm that I love, that I use, and I kind of put that on in the morning. So how long does it take me? Oh, it depends if I'm in a rush, or if it depends if I'm, yeah, it depends if I've got time. Sometimes it's just nice to enjoy like doing your hair and like putting your makeup on. To me, it's kind of creative. Okay, let's do one more question. Okay, so the last question is, what made you come to the United States? Okay, cool. So 8 years ago, well, I would say in years now, because sometimes on YouTube these videos or podcast videos it's out, so I don't even know. What is 8 years ago? 2012? I'm terrible at maths. 2012, I came to America to get my, so I was living in England, I was living in London, and I decided that I needed to change. I wanted to mix things up a little bit, and so I came to America to get my commercial pilot's license. So that's originally how I came over here, which is absolutely just wild and crazy to even think about me flying an airplane, and the fact that I managed to get my license and actually flew an airplane solo, which I don't think I would ever do again, because that's just crazy and like a death trap. But yeah, that's originally what brought brought me over here, and then kind of started a life up here. I've got an O1 visa, which means that I just have to renew my visa like every 3 years. So every 3 years, it's a little bit like, will they let me back in again? Am I still allowed to be in America? So I'm always like working on that. So that is kind of why, well, that is exactly why I didn't know anybody when I moved, and I was 23 years old, and I moved to America and started to get my commercial pilot's license. So that is how I got started in this amazing country, and that's why I'm now here in New York. So thank you so much for just listening along. I hope that you got a few more tips and tricks, and of course, if you've got any more questions, just either, if you're watching on YouTube, comment on the YouTube. If you are listening on the podcast, then just go and comment on one of my last pictures, say hi, tell me like where you're from, that you've listened to this podcast, that you've enjoyed it, and make sure that you subscribe. It's both on iTunes and Spotify. Okay. Right guys, well thank you so much for joining me on this YouTube video. I'm so excited to start bringing you even more workouts, because I know that's what you guys are obsessed with. So if you've got any workout ideas or anything that you want me to film in terms of health and fitness related, please just drop it in the comments. And of course, if you've got any more Q&As for me, I'll be doing another one of these in another like 3, 4, or 5. I don't even know how many months do you do this? I don't even know. So drop me some, and we're gonna like keep all these questions together, so don't worry, it won't get lost. Check out my website, rebecca-louise.com, if you want to go on that retreat. It's gonna be amazing, and I will see you on our next video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye guys.